Good morning, everyone. Welcome this Tuesday, the last Tuesday in September of 2020, to Arnie's Fantasy World of Sports. And we've got a lot of things to go over today. I want to welcome everybody. It's going to be a great Tuesday. Baseball playoffs are now upon us. And it is also, if you are an NFL fantasy player, time to look at your waivers for week number 4 last night. And the only sporting event that I watched last night was the Chief game against the Baltimore Ravens. And if you watched any of that, you just have to leave by saying, wow, Kansas City, they just look unreal at times. You know, if I were the Kansas City Chiefs, I would never punt. I would go for it on fourth down. I think over the course of a season, you may see them average 50, 60 points a game if they did that. I would never punt. There was one play last night, if you watch it, where Mahomes drops back to pass. He's about to get hit. He just lets it fly. Out of nowhere comes Hardman, catches it, touchdown. I mean, it was like, wow. I mean, how they have put that team together, that offense is incredible. The defense isn't bad. And they made Baltimore look like a much lesser team last night. Let's put it that way. And Baltimore, they are an outstanding football team. So I think that AFC West, where you've got the Chiefs, you've got the Raiders, you've got the Chargers, you've got the Broncos, it has typically been a very well-balanced, fought out. But this year, I think the Chiefs are just clear heads, tails above every team in the AFC. I mean, I think it's the Chiefs and everyone else. Now, does that mean they can't lose? No, it doesn't mean that. It just means right now other teams have got some work to do because Kansas City, they're a fine oil machine. Just, that's all I can say. And we'll talk about NFL a little bit later. I want to start off with what's really exciting to me today. The Major League Baseball playoffs are here. That's right. And so today, it's going to be an interesting game. All of the games are going to be interesting. But we're going to talk about each one of these just for a few minutes. We start off today, Game 1. I just got a text. Lenny, I am on. Yes, I am definitely on. The Astros and Twins. First pitch, 2:08 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to see Zach Greinke going for the Astros at Target Field in Minneapolis, Minnesota, against Kenta Maeda for the Twins. Now, when you look at that matchup, Greinke is a crafty player, no doubt about it. Maeda has had an outstanding season. I think today you're going to see a lot of offense. I just have that feeling. We'll see how correct that is, but that's how I see it working out. I think both teams are going to score a lot of runs today. I don't think it's going to be the pitching matchup that may look like on paper. We will see. But that's how I see it. I think the Twins are certainly the favorite in this series. I think the Twins have probably similar pitching to the Astros, starting staff, bullpen. Neither team is great, but the Twins' offense has just been incredible this year, and playing at home and having that home field advantage is to their advantage. Look for them to take Game 1 today. We'll see how the rest of the series goes. White Sox and A's play at 3:08 today. This, to me, is a really interesting game. White Sox right-hander Lucas Giolito, he finished the regular season out, striking out 11, giving up 2 runs over 6 innings against the Indians last Wednesday. He went 4-3 on the season. He had a 3.48 ERA, a 1.04 WHIP. He had 97 strikeouts in 72 1/3 innings. Oakland, a tough matchup, but Oakland strikes out a lot. And when Lucas Giolito is on his game, he is arguably one of the top 5 pitchers in all of Major League Baseball. Now, Oakland, they counter today with rookie left-hander, or right-hander, come on. Rookie left-hander Jesus Luzardo. He will start game one. Now, here's a key fact, I think, going into this game, and I think the White Sox win today. The White Sox were a perfect 14-0 against left-handed starters this year. Now, Luzardo had a 4.12 ERA, 59 strikeouts in 59 innings. Chicago had also the best slugging percentage in the American League against left-handers and ranked second with an 887 OPS. So Luzardo is high risk, high reward if you're playing DFS today in the playoffs here in the first round. I'm going to take the White Sox winning that game. I think they're going to score some runs. I think the A's bullpen, if it becomes a bullpen game, is always in Oakland's favor. But I don't see this one being a bullpen game. I think it's going to be decided early on, and I think the White Sox are going to jump all over Luzardo. At 5:07, the Blue Jays take on the Rays at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. It's going to be Matt Shoemaker against Matt Snell. Now, Snell, he's looked really good at times this year, not so good at others, coming off of injury. But look, Tampa playing, if you've ever been to Tropicana Field, first of all, it's a little bit dark in there. I mean, even with lights on, it has this sort of, dark feeling. It's a different atmosphere for hitters. And I think Tampa, having played there all year long, of course now, Toronto has played there. At least they were in the same division. They've gone in there and played. But it's a distinct home field advantage. Whereas, if the series is played in Buffalo, that is sort of an equalizer. The field there is a hitter's park. It helps both offenses. Tropicana Field is a definite home field advantage even when fans are not in the stands. And so I'm looking for the Rays to win game one today to start off their series. And then finally tonight, in the nightcap, the Yankees and the Indians. Yeah, my Yankees are playing tonight in Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. And it's going to be, talk about aces. You've got Shane Bieber going for the Tribe and Garrett Cole going for the Bronx Bombers. It looks like, on paper, this is going to be a pitching duel of the utmost kind. Now, we know both teams have some really good hitters. But when you talk about Bieber and Cole, you're talking about two of the greatest pitchers in the game today. Should either team be able to jump out to an early lead, then that team, in my opinion, wins game one. And game one in every series, what we'll call the wild card series, because every team has every game playing three, there's a wild card team of some kind. The first game to me is the most important, because then at that point you just have to win one more. You just have to win one more game. So who do you pick, Cole or Bieber? I mean, Cole has not had the great inaugural season that we Yankee fans would like. Bieber has been outstanding. Outstanding. Now, left field is a home run producer in Cleveland. Left field. So, the right-handed bats, I know they're facing right-handed starters, but pulling the ball, getting the ball with some launch angle to left field is key. Both teams have the ability to do that. But I think the Yankees have a few more of those who can do that. It's going to be a great game. I'm not even picking this one. The pitching is so good, I think it could totally dominate. I think you could see 30 strikeouts in this game. Really, counting both sides. 30 strikeouts. And if you have 30 strikeouts out of 54 outs, it's going to be a key hit or a key defensive play. Something like that is going to turn the tide in this game tonight. When it gets into the bullpen, if it becomes a bullpen game, both bullpens are pretty good. Frankly, the Yankees have been a disappointment. If they weren't, they wouldn't be playing away from Yankee Stadium. Cleveland played in that second seed. I think home field is an advantage. So if I had to go one way or the other, I'd have to go with Cleveland. But it's going to be a great game. So I'm taking the home team in every game but the White Sox. I think the White Sox win in Oakland today. I think the A's make an early exit in the playoffs this year. We shall see how good of a Swami crystal ball reader I really am. My luck, A's will come out, bomb them in the first inning. That could happen. That's the great thing about baseball. You just never know until you play the game what's going to happen. Let's look at some other news and notes. Lurie Garcia for the White Sox. He's had a thumb injury. He took a workout swings on Sunday and had a simulated game on Monday. And he's been out since August 10. Put on the 45-day list back in August. But now he's ready to make the roster in the playoffs. 29-year-old hit .271 with 3 homers and 8 RBIs in the course of the regular season. Eloy Jimenez thinks he'll be able to start Game 1 today in Oakland, despite missing last weekend with a mild foot sprain. Now, Jimenez, what did he do? He participated in sprint drills, took part in batting practice, and he went through throwing and fielding drills on Monday as well. The 23-year-old will probably serve as a designated hitter, which means that either James McCann or Yasmani Grandal will not be in the lineup. Jimenez at .296, 14 homers, 41 RBIs. He's a gotta-have bat, and he'll be a tough matchup for Jesus Luzardo today in Game 1. Let's see. One more note I think is important. San Diego, Clevenger and Lamet both went out with injuries the last week of the season. Well, Lamet, bicep injury, and Clevenger, elbow injury, both threw on Monday. What sources called playing catch, aggressive playing catch. Neither threw a bullpen. Both are rotational options for the wild card series against the Cardinals, which starts on Wednesday. They're unlikely to start in Game 1 since they haven't thrown a bullpen yet since their injury. Zach Davies. I know he's had a great year, but I'm just frankly not carried away. I could see the Cardinals just blasting Zach Davies. He's the only starter, though, guaranteed to be in the wild card rotation for the Padres. And even though I'm not impressed with him, he had a .273 ERA over 12 starts. So, Lamet, Clevenger, high risk, high reward, great pitchers when they're healthy. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with those players. Did you read where New York Yankees catcher Kyle Higashioka will start at catcher against the Indians on Tuesday? We know the struggles Gary Sanchez has had.